So what I can do right now is just telling a little bit about the Chevening Scholarship, which I pursued. And the other thing is, maybe I can talk a little bit about what exactly the types of scholarships available and what is something which the providers are looking at the candidate and how the preparation overall can be done. So these are all the points which I think I can talk right now, Hanan. Anything else? Do you have any other expectation or something?
No, sir. Just share your experiences also from the university.
Understood. Thank you so much. I'll do that. So let me tell you all. I suppose some might have heard about this Chevening Scholarship, which is a UK government fully funded scholarship, which is provided by the FCDO, which is Foreign Commonwealth Development Organization, the UK government. So it's a little fancy. Maybe what I can say is like it's a fully funded scholarship which covers the entire tuition fees, which also covers the living expense in the UK. It also provides you the flight tickets, which is both sides from your hometown to the university. It also covers. So it's a lot of money which comes to you, which supports you to pursue your master. So I started my preparation in 2019 and 2019-20, which is a Corona, the COVID time. So as a reason, I got a lot of time to prepare myself because not so much into the jobs and assignments or nothing like that. I was working in Sussex at that time. So got a lot of time. So that's why I started thinking of how to make utilize of this time. So this having this common foreign study is something which was in my mind for a longer time, but that is the time I decided to dedicate and contribute or prepare something more onto the this dream. So Shivani Scholarship basically it's a tough or it's a competitive it's a very competitive one which I can say because the conversion ratio is nearly 1.2. That means if every 100% they apply, the chance of getting selection is 1.2. So something like that. So it's across the globe and nearly 1,20,000 people apply and nearly 1,000 to 2,500 to 2,000 students in a year get selection to that and to all the UK universities. So like I was telling, the scholarship covers the entire expense of your tuition fees and your living expenses. When I say living expenses, assume that you will get a regular monthly stipend, which is a very decent amount in the UK. In UK money, or you can say it as in British pounds, you will get a monthly stipend when you are in UK, and also it covers your ongoing and outcoming journey, etc. etc. So this is how it is. It's planned. My experience, if I can say, 2021-22, I was in ideas. I studied gender and development, my second master's from Institute of Development Studies, which is called number one in the development studies sector. Experiences overall, so I was looking forward to kind of a personal or a kind of perspective change or just to bring more exposures and experience to my personality and personal life. That's what I was so much looking forward to, rather than putting more skills and thoughts more into my professional life. So I was really trying to, explore more onto the academics and also a little bit of the professional side of the gender, which I really wanted to contribute to my personal development. So that's why I looked into that 1 year. So it was very good experience. You are meeting a lot of people there across the globe and across different continents, different courses with different versatile experience. People are coming in and talking to like so, which is like completely different from an Indian university context. So, which I think everybody should experience once in their lifetime. So, those who really want to go abroad and study, which this is the main, I think that one thing which you can expect or something like a non-negotiable thing which you can say it is like the exposure and experience when you talk to a person coming from North America or even from the East Asian countries. This is a really good thing. And the universities there actually creates a lot of platforms and ecosystem where you all can come together and create that space without judging, without having that. So these are all the something which you learn in to become a good person or a better person, if I can say that. So I'm not have that, but still, the Pune University, the space they create is like impressive. So we shouldn't miss that. And I would say you can simply go to this kind of masters to have this kind of conversation. I don't know how much you are able to learn from the classroom sessions or the assignments and all, but what my experience is the more exposure and experience I learned through this kind of conversations and debates and discussions that I had in offline or off campus. So this is one thing. So I think Chevening scholarship is something which I think I get a very brief idea about what exactly it is and my overall experience in the campus. And then I think I can also talk a little bit about how the application process, etc. So if you take any, so I'm little quick here because I know it's a very limited time. So I mean, when I started applying, I really didn't have anyone to ask, and any place to go, and I don't know how with the platforms and the supporting system that you people are having right now. I don't think we had it in that time, maybe 19, 20, 20, 21 time. So I was really looking forward for someone to come and help me. I really couldn't find anyone, but after a lot of support in the LinkedIn, my peers group, etc., I found some of my mentors, and they really helped me. So I would say, be it any scholarship, be it Erasmus, be it Chevening, be it a Fulbright scholarship. My experience is like you need to have three things, guys. So one is that that perseverance is like kind of a constant effort that you have to put because it's not a 1 month or 2 month time. It's an year preparation. So if I take an example of Chevening scholarship, Hanan, so the application process, so the admission that you are applying in the UK universities can be of like 2027 September. Okay, but the application process and your effort needs to be start exactly 1 year before. So that's the time when you have to keep. Be it for any scholarship. Mark my word. It's just a 1 year before preparation that you will start. The application to Chevening scholarship starts in a August month, which is for the next year September admission. Okay, so that means you're starting from that August until that next year September. It's a 1 year journey that you have to be constantly, put your efforts on. And believe me, there is no day it will be in your that 1 year that you have no work to do. Like you will be always having something to do with your hands. There's a lot of things to do. So to cut it short, what I can say basically that one entire year journey, the first thing you have to be having is that constant effort that you have to put. Second is patience, and the third one is help of a real mentor. Without these three things, it is possible, but a little bit difficult. So believe me, these three things really work. The best combination of these three things will really help and really work, which is my experience. Because I have no one to help and no one to go to and get a idea about how to write a scholarship essay, how to prepare an SOP, something like that. So there are a lot of protocols that you need to follow. But it is possible. There is nothing like that. It is possible. Because people think you need to have a lot of good marks in your 12th standard, 10th standard, or even in a graduation to get passed into the scholarship. No, nothing like that. I got 52 marks in my English in 12th standard. I was like very bad at maths. I got 61 in my maths in CBSE. So all these things, nothing matters. So basically, these kind of scholarships, the happy news for the backbenchers, these kind of scholarships are basically for leadership scholarships. So if you take the entire scholarship available in this global university, I can categorize into some scholarship which are completely into academic space, maybe can be for some PhD or research fellowship or something like that. But these kind of scholarship, Commonwealth, Chevening scholarship, all these things are for leadership. So they really look at your leadership skill and how your work experience are building up. So something like that. So yeah, so don't worry at all. So your marks and academics things doesn't really matter here. All you need to have is just to have a strong professional experience. You're building your career, and how your journey is building up. So exactly that. Uh, so these three things are really important. And then coming back to the application process, what I can do, just a simple methodology which I follow, the entire 1 year journey. I again divided that 1 year journey into three parts. Okay. So the first part is the scholarship application process, which is a single most crucial part of this journey. I take this entire application process to the scholarship as a single journey, which has nothing to do with any other like college application, nothing to do with college application. This is completely a parallel or a simultaneous journey, which I calculate. And one is the scholarship application. The second is the college application. So that is again a separate journey there you have to take it up. So one is the scholarship application, and the second journey or second task is your college application. And the third one is basically how you are completing your English test eligibility, or maybe you can call it as IELTS TOEFL. So this entire 1 year, I'm talking about my experience. I divided it into three different trajectories, which have nothing to do with each other. It's all independent, simultaneous, parallel activities, but you have to take it together. So that's how it is. So usually people have a lot of questions to ask. If the scholarships ask you any English test score, do you really need to have any admission letter or admission offer letter to apply for this kind of a scholarship? No, nothing like that. But again, different scholarships have different requirements and prerequisites, which you need to have a lot of good ideas about. So read about it and research a lot about the scholarships. Again, the good thing. I mean, I'm just doing a little bit comparison analysis here. How the UK universities or be it any foreign universities and Indian universities, how they give you the information. I give a 9 out of 10 marks for all the website information or the available information in this website and portals in the college or be it in scholarship portals in the UK related things or US related things. I'll give a 9 out of 10 marks. But in coming to the Indian universities, the information they provide through the website and even through the course curriculum or anything, which only gives a 5 or 6 out of 10. So what I'm trying to say here is you will get a lot of information in this website and the college university website and scholarship portal. So, I mean, I'm always ready to help and I always open to people, even for a single message in the LinkedIn, I reply and I try to help to maximum as I can. But there are some minimal questions that you can do your own research, which actually make us happy. As means maybe people like me or Eknath. So people like so what I'm trying to hear is you read a lot. I mean, try to read and get maximum ideas about how the application process, what are the requirements. I mean, don't come straight to and ask what are the requirements of the scholarship. No, it's not something like that. Something which I personally don't appreciate because I'm saying informations are available. Information really help you to question more with very crucial questions. I mean, something like that. So don't be that person which has no idea about it because information is available. Be ready and go and read it and come back. So that is one thing which I also did. I mean, there are a lot of reading services. So the process, everything is completely available in the portal and etc. So about the myths I'm saying. So these kind of simple questions which we are here to support and facilitate. Whether you simply come and ask me, so do you really need a application get time pay? Do you really need a admission letter? How the SOP can be structured? So all these things, I'm really happy to help. But again, just one more thing I want to say here is like don't assume that all the college application process are same, but because every college, every scholarship has a different set of prerequisites. Again, say for example, I mean, most of you must have, tried or completed some college application. So just to for those who didn't do anything or didn't started their application, which I can like simply give a in that the universities ask you different things. Say, for example, the University of Sussex will ask you to write an SOP of 1,200 words, but in case of London School of Economics, they ask you to write a SOP of 2,500 words. In London School of Economics, while you apply, you need to submit three different set of letter of recommendation, but in University of Sussex, you only require one. And in Oxford University, you also need to arrange your application fees, which is somewhere Indian money 9,000, but in Warwick and Bath, there is no application process. So there is so many differences. So what I'm trying to say here is you can't make a simple theory or a simple generalistic statement about the application process. So coming back to what I am started here, read maximum about the university, how the application process, do your research, because I don't know if you simply go to any Indian university, the information available is about the course, the curriculum, which is it has a limited version. But you go to any university, you go double click in any courses available. You can now today at this point of time you can see what is going to happen in 2027 April 14. Who is going to teach you what reading materials you are going to read, what is your assignment look like? How many words dissertation papers you need to submit to pass this course? So a lot of information is available. So you please go read and understand. So research, read, and get an idea how this is process all this remote. So most of the things which I think I wanted to say I covered, and rest of thing I think maybe a Q&A or a personal interaction which I'm always available, happy to talk to you at any point of time, even for a text message or a LinkedIn message, anything you can do. Again, to conclude my talk thing, uh, see, you also need to, kind of plan your career a little bit ahead. I mean, you really want to, what exactly you really want to achieve after your master's is something which you need to plan, you need to think, sit back and think a little bit about, right? Why I'm saying you may need to, kind of build your own ego and complexities once you come back. So that shouldn't be happen. You have to be like always, like, because I've seen people like that. They were really hard to compromise and negotiate, etc., etc., which is rarely, but of course, this also happens. And you have to kill your ego, and you have to again. So I think you understood what I'm trying to say. I don't want to be so explicit here, and I don't want to create a generalistic statement here, which I thought of talking to you here. So the career planning or etc. something which you can think about, and why you really want to go for these studies. I mean, if it's just because some people simply go out and they are posting some photos in Instagram, social media, etc., etc. Is that something which is really motivating or influencing you? Is the real big question that you have to answer at the first point of time. And the second thing is exactly is it the right time for me to start application or start thinking about my foreign study is the second thing which you all need to think, sit back and think. First is exactly why I really want to do this. Is it so important for me? The second is it the right time for me to take a break from my work, take a break from my family, take a break from my country, leaving everything behind and going to every university and doing the study is the right time to do that. And also the third point is again what I'm going to do when I come back. When should I start prepare my return journey to India? Because why I'm saying most of the scholarship will ask you to come back to your home country immediately after your studies, right? So usually you must have seen people going taking the student visa, going to UK, and they're staying for a 2 3 years after their study, which is not possible in case of the Chevening scholarship and Commonwealth scholarship because these are some leadership scholarship, and all these scholarships will ask you to come back to your home country and serve. So technically, it is not possible for you to stay back UK after your student visa expires, which is for 1 year, right? So at what point of time I should think or plan my return journey to the country, which I think I failed a little bit. I don't have any problem to say that. So I think I was very chill and I was least bothered about all these things because I really enjoyed that time. I was completely out of my mind and I really explored a lot of things in the UK, which I could do my maximum because you're getting a lot of money. You no need to worry about anything, and you are getting a lot of fame, and people are approaching you. It's always good to seriously. It is always good to see all these things, but still, you have to also plan your career. What are you going to do when you come back to India? Because you also carrying that ego, right? So would all these things will going to have satisfy you? Is also one question that you have to answer. So I think all these things, I think I have no other points to say as it is, but believe me, it's a good experience. Your life will change a little bit because you mostly your personality, which I think, I don't know, I'm no one to say it, but it's just that I think a lot of perspective, a lot of thought process, you will be open to the world, you will meet a lot of people, a lot of discussion, and exactly what I'm saying, very, very easy to get past in this course because when I get this college admission and scholarship, which I was very anxious, and because I was always bad at my studies, I was keep thinking that whether I could pass my examinations, whether I could come back without a degree or something. Seriously, that was my biggest thought during that time. But believe me, it is very easy. There is no usually these universities, they didn't have a quiz, they didn't have a test paper, they didn't have an examination. They all check your IQ and the kind of how your thinking process will be. So it's not a pen or a, test paper sort of an evaluation. So most of the colleges are like that. It's very chill. It is all about how you really want to make use of this time, etc. That's it. If you really want to chill, chill, no problem. But if you really want to go to the library, talk to the people, get into a lot of platforms available, there are a lot of clubs available. Clubs, when I say it's not a nightclub or something, but a lot of clubs around different topics which is relevant for the social development studies. So a lot of things are available. So it's all about how you really want to make use of that. Other than studies, there are a lot of other extracurricular activities. There are sports, there are games, there are a lot of games. There's a lot of groups available. A lot of things to explore. Because if you're going with a scholarship, you believe me, you really get a new, something new kind of cover up to. You will be always in the top. Because people, oh, are you? Oh, really? Are you a Chevening Scholar? Are you a Commonwealth Scholar? Are you a Rasmussen? Oh, great. So that's something different. You always feel proud and pride. I always take that. I don't have a problem to take that because we earned that. So that's it. And it's also a very proud moment to go tell your parents that, hey, mommy, papa, I got that scholarship. It's very overwhelming emotional moment. So you just have it. I mean that's some very precious moments in your life. You always there to remember. I still remember those moments. The
Uh,
longer minutes I cried for. Yeah, yeah, Hanan. I think it's 20 minutes time.
yes, sir. You may
Wonderful.
wind up in 5 minutes.
Cool, cool. Thank you so much. So all these things, I think there is nothing else to say on the experience side or technical side of the scholarship. What I can do right now is 20 minutes is not enough. I know that. Please reach out to me. I'm very happy to have a conversation with you, if at all you require. I mean, okay. So I'll reply. I'll be it in LinkedIn or anything, and I am very happy to also share my mobile number, personal number. We all can reach out and we can talk. We can also talk about some other experiences, etc. So just conclude, Hanan. If I take 2 minutes, it is possible. It is really possible. All you need to have is three things: with a constant effort, a perseverance, and some patience, and also a support of a good mentor. So why I'm saying my training essays, so four essays that you need to write, okay. So I could say there is one 500-word essay which was revised for 13 times. Can you believe 13 times in that 2 months of time? So how much patience one should have? That's the question here. And how much patience for both me and my mentor? Okay, so if I compare those two essays, it's like day and night difference. I can always. So that's all these things happened, and I think you forget about the outcome of your application process. But believe me, you will be a very, I, I can't say a better person, but of course, very planned. You really enjoy the process. You learn a lot. You really learn a lot how to write, how to review, how to build a perspective, how to be critic about something. So you are critiquing, you are reviewing your own essays, your own writing. All this is a very good experience, believe me. So you going through that process itself is a journey of what I can say, like mind blowing journey, right? So yeah, three things: perseverance, your patience, and also your support of mentor. You can do that. Don't worry. You don't no need to have always a godfather or a godmother to be successful or to achieve these kind of things. If it's there in you, you need to unleash and understand. All you need to have is just a start. Okay, you need to have a pen just to start, a starting point. For everything, there is a beginning. So you need to find that moment where okay, this is the moment I should begin. Okay, let's begin. Then go. Then didn't think back or I look back. This is another journey will go. And I think you can do well. And let me know if any kind of support. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Hanan, and thank you all. I'll stay. I mean, I think if there are any question, I'm happy to take. Otherwise, it's okay to wind up. Thank you all.